Good morning, everybody. Just mic check. Um, just 1 second here. I gotta check something out here. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to say good morning and welcome to my live stream. I did a video on dirty old men. It was kind of a redo of an older video, which was done really horribly. When I looked at it again, I was like, this needs to be redone. And it had very little views, so it's not like people are rewatching it. And I added some stuff and took out some stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys watched that. So I thought the discussion today would be about that. Sorry, chewing gum away. Why some people in the West, actually not just some, a lot of people perceive when guys go to the East, meaning especially the Philippines, Thailand, why they perceive them as dirty old men. Some of us are just middle-aged, some of us are older, but typically the age of people coming here is I'd say 50 and up, mostly 60 and up. If you're 50 and over here in the Philippines living, you're considered kind of a young guy for an expat. So, you know, I mean, I've had it. People even here in the Philippines. Filipinos say something when I'm with Mia because of our age gap. So it is a perception in the West, and it is maybe slowly trickling into the Eastern culture. I'm not sure, but I've heard it at least 2 or 3 times while I've been here. So what do you guys think about that subject matter? What do you guys perceive? Are we dirty old men for real, or is that just a feminist logo that they like to try to shame us into not going here because they lose their power over us? For me, if I look at history, and that's what you got to look at for what really is what is our base behavior, you see that age gap relationship was never really an issue till about I'd say 70 to 100 years ago, and that's an infinitely small part of human history in general. So culturally and societally and historically, age gap relationships were just part of the thing. If you're a man with resources, you had younger women. And if you're a poor man, you had a woman your own age. So that was kind of what I based this on. So let's go ahead and start reading some comments here. And again, thank you for everybody who's joining, and thank you to everybody who's subbed lately. I've had a lot of growth in my channel, a lot of new subscribers. So thank you for everyone who is new to this channel. So I'm going to skip some of the comments unless they make sense. Raul from Carlson from Sweden. Hello, good morning or good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is over there. Actually, it's like in the morning there too, like 1 a.m. Good morning, Ron. Nice to see you again. Nice to have you on my chat. Houston, Texas. And Leonard Lund. I used to live in Houston, Humble, Texas. So yeah, I know Houston very well. Love Houston. Love the weather there. Good morning, Sabu from Israel. Good morning. Edward. Good morning, Edward. Good morning, Tim. We need to get Mia's input on this, says Tuatha, and I think we will. And once she kind of, Mia, she's a kind of a sleeping beauty, actually. I don't know if she went back to bed. I asked her to join me, and she said maybe later, and I think she went back to bed. So that tells you everything. Uncle Jane says, I'm definitely a dirty old man. I'm proud of it. She's laughing. Duatha says, is Paul a dirty old man? I would say I'm getting older for sure. Dirty, that depends on the definition of it. Can of beans. Can of beans, I like that. Sure, why not? Let's see. Yeah, I lost my place here. Run says, "No, I'm definitely a dirty old man." So it seems everyone here is kind of a dirty old man. In my experience, Filipinos like and even hope to catch a dirty old man and may fantasize about it extensively. Yes, I mean here in the Philippines, age gap relationship doesn't seem to be an issue. And like I said, I've had people say something 2 or 3 times, but I've never really had an issue over here. I had an issue in the U.S. With bad looks and everything when I was married to a Filipina, and we had only, let's see, 20 years age gap, and I look young for my age. So if people thought it was a 10-year age gap, and I still kind of got bad looks about it. So there's that. We are all one says, I'm in my 30s and I'm dirty. Uncle June says, love the George Michael beard. Yeah, I'm kind of trying a new look here, so I'm gonna let it grow a few more days. And then Mia says she likes it, so yeah, a few more days, and then I'll keep it that way for a few weeks and see how I like it. I used to actually have this, and then I got away from it because you know what? The funny thing, having a beard is actually a lot more upkeep than shaving for me, because you have to oil it and do all kinds of stuff to not make it itchy. So sometimes I feel dirty, especially when Filipina is very immature and uneducated, says Ohio guy. Yeah, that I see your point there. Even if she's 25 and she's really childish, it feels kind of wrong sometimes. Steele says jealousy of lucky men. I think it's from the guy's side, like in the West, saying that. I think it's jealousy. From the women's side saying that, I think it's more that they lose control over you. They can't. They feel angry that you have a choice. That you can actually go do this. That you're not stuck to them in a way. That's my perception of it. I was a dirty young man, but now I have grown up. Yeah, come on, babe, come join us. They don't like it because their time in the spotlight is over and can't accept all men are attracted to younger women. That is a really good point. There's a saying, women are born, men are made. And at a certain age, women's beauty and youth starts to kind of, I wouldn't say expire, but slowly going downhill or rapidly going downhill, depending on the person. And they start actually losing a lot of attention. And I don't know, for women, it seems attention is their currency. They love attention. You just look at TikTok or Instagram, it seems like 80-90% of the people on there are women, trying to get likes and hearts and all that. So they love attention. And once they start losing that attention and see guys seeking attention from more youthful women, either in the US or abroad, I think they kind of get a bit angry. I really do. And it's understandable, though. I can understand it. It's not easy to lose that, that power, if you want to call it. Not power might be the wrong word, but the attention they're getting, it's not easy to lose once you get older. When they're in their 20s and even beginning of 30s, if they take care of themselves, guys will do anything for them. They'll pay for trips, they'll pay for their food, they'll buy them a car, they'll buy them a house, all kinds of stuff, right? And then suddenly they're in their 30s and 40s, and guys won't even basically barely date them, barely pay for a date. So yeah, I can understand it. It is hard. They go from, it's like having a job where you're making $1 million and now you're working at McDonald's. I think that would be hard for most people. And I think it's hard for women. So I kind of feel for them, but a lot of them set themselves up for failure, So let's see. Feminist logo, you nailed it, Paul. The US is the worst it has ever been on the issue. Yeah. And I think it's going to get worse, a lot worse. And then the pendulum will swing to the other way. That's the history of everything. things go to the extreme and then the pendulum swings back to more normal, kind of a more balanced system, if you will. Hello, Timothy from Georgia. Gina from California. Good morning. Good evening to you. And good morning, Greg. And hi, guys. All the dirty men want to see Mia sleeping. Yeah. Yeah, you dirty old man.
Ow.
You okay?
Yeah.
You want to get a coffee for yourself so you wake up?
No.
No?
I still need.
Um,
I'm taking iron. Remember.
the term was created by Western feminists. Yeah. They try to degrade and shame men always. Try to. Maybe I should sit there because you're shorter and this text is there.
I'm.
Wait.
My height is.
I'll go on the other side.
Don't do that. There's a receipt. Is that good?
Okay. I don't know why I have this one. Okay. It feels weird to be on this side.
Sorry.
Okay, so Mia's with us. He can also join the combo.
Okay.
Let's see. Not always my ex of 40 years is
8 years older than me.
8 years older than me. Oh, okay. Well, it's not always. I mean, we're talking about generalities or most people. It's never 100%, right? It could be 80%, it could be 90%. Dirty old man, American English, a mature or elderly man with a lewd or obscene preoccupations. Okay. Turn the sound up. You're getting old.
I think that's up.
I think it's fine. Is it really low, or do I need to talk higher maybe, or get closer to the microphone? I put a clean shirt on today. Okay. Western feminists go on vacation to hook up with island studs. Yeah, they do actually, and then they'll complain about the guys going to Thailand or Philippines or any other country, or going to the East in general. Nothing Paul is doing is lewd or obscene. It is consensual between two adults. Yeah, that is true. It is consensual, but however, like I mentioned in my video, they talk about the power imbalance in a relationship. That's what they're very focused on. That's why they call you a dirty old man. They use the same terminology, like you're a dirty old man. If she was in the West, no one would date her. Well, you could say the same about an American woman. If she was here, none of us expats would date her. She's 45 plus and overweight, we wouldn't date her. It's all about what marketplace you go to, right? If you go to a place full of young, hot women and not much competition, you're going to do better. If you go to a place with mostly fat, older women that have an attitude, you're going to do a lot worse. So that's the thing that they tend to forget. It depends on where you go. And of course, if you're a smart man and have the ability and are not scared of traveling and the funds to do this, why wouldn't you? I mean, why wouldn't you? Just as beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, in my case, my daughters believe me to be a dirty old man because my Filipino wife is 3 years younger than she is. Yeah. Well, she's stuck in the feminist mindset, I'm sure. If she's grown up in the West with all her friends and everything, it's like a default type of stuff because you see it in the newspapers, you hear it on TV. Anytime there's an age gap relationship, it's like, ew, look at those. It's like, so it becomes part of. They don't even think. I don't even think they think about it. They don't think about the historical context, social context, and what men really want. Go ahead. You were going to say something.
Like it's kind of like completely different for if you are an actress or an actor who's dating a younger girls. It's like,
It's accepted.
yeah, it is accepted, but if you are not famous or something, they will look like they'll frown at you like you're some kind of,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. When there's a famous actor, they say, "Oh, look at them," and they go like, "Yeah, that's true."
So like I think it's also the society that makes it like that, babe.
Yeah.
Like
If it's a
other
man,
people, I mean, the society accepts you if you're famous and you're dating an you know, a famous old guy also with lots of money. I think they will accept that. They said, "Oh, it's so cute. That's so like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know." But then if you're not famous, you're just, you know, just an average guy dating a hot young Filipino or something.
then you're dirty.
Then you're dirty.
Yeah, it's true.
So
Mia has a really good point there because you see actors like, oh god, I forgot his name. Many actors, right, that are dating younger women, Western women, and yet no one says anything. You know?
they will praise them. Like,
Yeah. You want to read that?
yeah. From Dennis, I'm a clean old man that enjoys the beauty of a young woman and their companionship. Nothing dirty about two people attracted to each other and having a loving relationship regardless of age. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Dennis. However, in the West, they say, well, it's again, it's like a power imbalance. She's just with you for the money, right? She's just with you for this or that. But my thing about when they say that it's just with you for the money, I mean, anybody who's in a relationship is in a relationship for something, you know. So I mean, it's just like saying, oh, the old man is just with her for her youth and beauty. I mean, it's kind of silly. Put on a clean shirt. Yeah, this one is dirty. It's 2 weeks old. Mia likes dirty. She likes
Yeah.
dirty old men and dirty old t-shirts. Okay, go ahead.
Let me rephrase that. I don't know any man that get hard when they see a 6-year-old. What the age? Like it says, I don't know any men that get hard when they see a 6 years old.
How old is George Clooney?
George Clooney?
Yeah,
I don't know. How old is he then?
he's always with a younger woman, right?
Really?
I think so. Or maybe I'm getting my actors. I'm always getting them mixed up. So,
Yeah, there would be.
oh, is it only women who gave you looks when you were with a younger Filipina in America, or were men doing it too? Um, I only remember women, but I mean, I did get a lot of looks from guys, but I think they were more looking at her than me. You know. So I even had. Now I had one woman, one older woman, actually come up and say to us, "Oh my God, you guys are a beautiful couple," or something like that. And I was like, "Okay," and then. And then I had another woman come up and say, "Oh, your daughter is so beautiful." We both laughed at it later. We said we should have kissed each other right in front of her, make her feel embarrassed. But you know, I'm an American, and my dad was 11 years older than my mom. Yeah, I think about 5 years age gap is kind of accepted in the U.S., and then anything above that seems to kick people the wrong way. Uh, Gina says, I think it's vice versa. Some women like dirty old men. Not me, though. It doesn't look good, especially to my family. My BF is 6 years younger than me. So you're a dirty old woman, huh, Gina? me almost me almost never tell men how to live their life. Western women have no problem telling both men and women what is acceptable, and it's usually what they think is best for them. Exactly. Uh, strange how that works. Yeah, it's always what's best for women. Mia has discussed the age gap issue before. I don't believe she cares for feminist attitudes. No, she doesn't. If Paul isn't doing something lewd and obscene, then he isn't doing it right. Drew, beards are flavor savers. You can smell lunch at dinner. Well, I'm not growing it like a big beard. I don't like this. Just like maybe an inch or something, a bit more than this. And then I'll start making sure it's shaved down. I have a hard time telling my Western female friends where I've been the last 3 months vacationing there. Yeah, I wouldn't, You'll probably lose some friends over that.
No, you cannot.
You'll probably lose some friends over that, actually. And like that, yeah. You'd probably lose some friends over that. I know I have, so, but I don't care. That means they're not friends in the first place. So I just move on. There's always other people you can make friends with, and especially here in the Philippines, man, it's very social and easy to make friends. And
you see, if you find someone who's compatible,
yeah,
who has the same.
Aaron says, my Filipina GF is only a few years younger than me. I think it helps our relationship that we have a similar amount of life experience. Yeah, I that can be, but I found, for me personally, it's the character of that person. If that person is like, I like to joke around a lot. I know you don't probably see it on YouTube, but I like to joke around, and I like to scare people, and I like to just do goofy stuff at home. And I like a girl who's not that serious, who likes to laugh, and also a girl that, for me, that likes to read and likes to improve herself and all that. So that's why I'm talking about you. But like, there's a lot of girls here that are younger that are just like TikTok girls, I call them. That's all they seem to do all day, is go on TikTok and Facebook and social media. And
like every Sunday you see all these people coming from church, and then they do TikTok in Newtown.
Yeah, shaking their booties.
It's like Newtown is the TikTok town for them.
I don't know. They come right out of church, and not to be sinful and everything, and they go on the internet, TikTok, and shaking their little booties in their new outfits. That's like, it's just so hilarious, man. Western women complain that cute Asians are stealing their men.
I actually read this article somewhere. It's a woman. She's from the West, and she's telling everybody about her experience while being here in the Philippines with her husband or boyfriend, I don't remember. But then she said, don't ever bring your husband to the Philippines.
Yeah, I've read that same article. That's an old article. Like,
really?
Yeah, because I read it a few years back.
It's like they're scared of.
Yeah. She actually, I remember the article. She was married and came to the Philippines, and within 2-3 years, she lost her husband.
Yeah.
And they were in really good terms before that she came here. I think I can imagine that's true, because you get so used to being degraded in the West. Men are degraded in the West and treated with an attitude and everything. And you come here and you find people so kind and women so feminine. Obviously, you look around and you think, why am I with this one? I could be with her. I could be with her. I could be with her. Why am I with this one? I don't need her. Then your eyes open up, Now, I'm not saying all women in the West are like that. It's just the majority seems. There are plenty of good women in the West. Well, I would say plenty, but there's a minority of good women in the West. But in general, plurality maybe. Hello, Sunshine. Hello, Terry. Turn the sound up. You're getting old. He mumbles sometimes. The Filipino wife thinks this is funny. I'm glad you're enjoying the show, Filipino wife. We always try to make it funny. Shit, I lost my place again.
There.
Paul inspires me to appreciate life at any age. I'm 56 years old. Well, thanks, Uncle June. I'm guessing you live here in the Philippines then. Touchy subject, Paul, says Eric. Why expose yourself to negative comments? Be some interesting comments coming up. Be careful with your comments, Paul. Touchy subject, man. I don't think it's touchy at all. It's just what's happening in the West compared to what's happening in the East. And I like to talk about stuff. I think it shows a level of immaturity if someone can't discuss this on a good level, meaning throwing out bad words and saying stupid stuff. It just shows that they're immature. Uncle June says always interesting dialogue, and Steele says the wall is real. Yes, it is. I don't know if everybody understands that, but basically, typically, I wouldn't say all women, but many women, once they reach their 30s, they start going downhill pretty fast. And I think it's not. I think it's more that a lot of, or many women don't do what they need to do to keep fit. I've seen some women that are in their 40s and are actually really beautiful, and they tend to work out, they tend to eat healthy, and they've done that for many, many years. While the others that hit the wall just put makeup on, it seems like, and think that will resolve everything. Drew says Paul is very lucky to have Mia by his side, though if he doesn't marry her, could be problematic. They make a really good couple. Well, I think everybody knows my opinion on marriage, including Mia. I'll put this more down so they can see you better.
They can see me.
It's like you're hiding behind the text there. Hello, Paul. Western men are expected to get with age-appropriate women. When people see an older guy with a younger woman, they are immediately ridiculed. Yeah, they are ridiculed by both women and men. And I think for men, it's more jealousy. And for women, it's anger, maybe. So
Anger and jealousy.
Anger and jealousy, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Because,
Paul and Mia need a baby after marriage. I've never had my own baby. I've had other people's babies, not my own. The text is hiding the low-cut top. No low-cut top. She's using one of my old T-shirts. I don't know why she likes to wear my old T-shirts. Ray says, greetings from Thailand. Good morning to you, Ray. You are a dirty old man unless you are worth billions or a movie star, then it is acceptable. That's the way it seems like, right? It's only for the average Joe. Then you're dirty. Hello to you, Robert from Australia. What happened to Depp? Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
You mean? I don't know. He moved to France. He moved to France, and then this girl made some accusations against him. The one he was married to, and Amber, yeah.
But Johnny Depp wins that case.
He won?
Yeah.
I thought he lost.
No.
He won the case?
He won the case.
Yeah. I don't know.
But it was like I think most of the time women in the West won the case, but this time around I was surprised that Johnny Depp won.
Well, I think he was in France, right? When that case happened, I'm not sure. But the thing with the West is, a woman just has to make an accusation, and doesn't barely need to be any evidence, right? So you as a man have to prove your innocence, which is becoming ridiculous, this Me Too movement. Can you imagine any other judiciary where you have to prove your innocence instead of them proving your guilt? I mean, a woman can 5 years later say he touched me inappropriately while he was my boss, and you have no way of disproving this. It's just her word.
There is a way of proving that.
How do you disprove that?
If for real that you didn't touch her, you didn't do anything sexually to her, you could do like where FBI says like
The lie
the
detector.
lie detector that will detect
Yeah,
anything,
but
and then you're gonna do a
they
lie
won't do that
detector to
because
to
that
the
lie.
woman, and
Yeah,
if
but lie
she lies about
detector.
it, then it will come out.
Yeah,
And
but lie detector is not in it. Cannot it? The courts won't accept.
why? That's
Because it's not considered a guaranteed way of seeing if someone is lying or not. So they won't accept a lie detector. So
Are you serious?
yeah, this is true. So
Okay.
yeah, inadmissible. That's the word I was looking for. Inadmissible in court. Sorry. It's still morning and my brain is still turning on. I'm an old man. It takes a while for my brain to come back. um, it doesn't matter
Wow.
what seat Mia is sitting in, she will receive all the attention. Yeah,
I just
well.
hide.
Well, it's mostly guys on here, so well, even the girls seem to like her more than me, so I don't know. Win Duncan, good morning to you, Win. I don't really think it's a big deal. Do what makes you happy, completely agree. But I do think some YouTubers come across as dirty old men going on and on about age gap, not your channel. Well, I think I'm not sure what YouTubers you, and don't put it down, please. I don't want to put anything negative on other YouTubers, but I think maybe I won't say anything about that.
No comment.
No comments. Paul and Mia are the new Romeo and Juliet, meaning we will die together soon.
Yeah.
Mia, you need a higher chair. Yeah.
No, just my height is not.
I hope to live long enough to be called a dirty old man. Donald says, great show, Paul from Walmart driver. Oh, you're a CDL driver, I'm assuming. I thought about doing that. It'll be fun to do that 4 months a year. Just drive all over the US.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Paul says, I'm only, Paul Reeves, not Paul me, but Paul Reeves says, I'm only dirty old man when I tackle my GF in the mud. Even in the West, you see rich men with younger women. Yeah, typically you do because they have the power, they have the money to date younger women. And it's funny when you go to like any town that has a lot of men with money, you'll see a lot of younger women flocking there, trying to get a hold of these men. So does Mia need a high chair because Paul is a cradle robber? Okay. But where do you draw the line? What if you start dating your Filipina's daughter?
No, that's.
Your Filipina's daughter? So if you're dating like a girl that's 45 and your daughter is 21, you start dating her? Oh my
Oh
God.
God, no.
Oh,
You're a
that's
dirty old man.
that's an accident waiting to happen, and
Yeah.
that's jealousy is extreme
Have
here.
to stay away from that.
Your daughter should be happy. You're happy. Oh, that's talking to another guy. Yeah. This pandemic is creating a temporary Disneyland for those in Southeast Asia, but the competition will resume when Japan, Korea, and China are filling up the bars. Well, I met Mia pre-pandemic, so it's not like I met her.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. I met you a few
Sorry.
months before the pandemic. Or did you forget already? She's forgotten already. No, she says. At home, they said I was coming here to be with a young girl. Here, they say I'm with an older Filipina. It can't be both. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, as for you, Mr. Ron, being with a Nay who's what, 40, 45, you said, yeah, that here you'd be perceived as being with an older woman. The people might look at you strangely. Why is he with this older woman, not a younger woman?
I didn't think so.
You don't think so? Because
It's just
90% of the guys here are with younger girls,
Yeah.
right? So if you see a foreigner with an older Filipina,
First, just normal.
they won't say what they won't look at it like, why is this foreigner with an older woman?
No.
Oh, okay. Hi, Paul and Mia. Texas trying to get back to my house in Olongapo. Oh, okay. Well, it seems like the Delta variant now is here, and
No COVID talk.
everything seems to be locking down again. So, but however, they are increasing the vaccination rate now. A few days ago, it was up to almost 750,000. So it seems to be getting more and more people getting the vaccine. So hopefully soon. Never had some old woman complain to me about who I date. Usually, I don't recognize fat old women as human beings anyway. So I would just laugh if they gave me advice. I don't typically they don't give you advice. It's the look, right? The way they look at you. Mark Norris, Paul, would you and Gio consider a serious, mature discussion on the problem of ED in mature men? Serious discussion on this problem. Men don't seem to talk about. I would appreciate honest feedback.
What is eating?
Erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
Well, there's Viagra and Cialis, man. That's all I say about that. Try it. Amen, brother, says Leonard Lynn to Dennis. Robert says, my girl in Cebu is 12 years younger than me. She's over 50, but it's my choice, to each his own. Exactly, Robert. Even in the West, that wouldn't be considered really, especially if a woman is over 50 and you're 62. That's not really. It's more like when they're in their 20s and you're in your 30s or 40s. That's when they kind of. Gary says, not getting any sound or video now, just comments. Well, it shows that video is on, and
I think they can see us.
sound seems to be on. Let me just check. Can you keep reading, babe?
Okay. Yes, sir. From Drew, to be honest, younger
No,
women
it's on.
are why we older men do not need Viagra.
Wait, that's an interesting comment. I had a friend of mine say that to me, actually. When he was in the West, he had to use one of the Viagra, Cialis, or whatever else there is out there. And when he came here, he hooked up with a 25-year-old, and he said, I don't need that now. So there you go. I think it kind of depends on who you're with, right? I almost drove off the road while listening to Mia screaming on the zip line. That's why I get for listening.
No,
Yeah, that was
my
hilarious.
God.
Not just her scream, but her face, guys. You need to watch her face when the first time she starts screaming. That was like almost like a death scream with a smile. I don't know. It was like almost like this is the way to die. Have you guys gone to
Canlaon.
Volcano and Canlon? Is that Canlon?
No,
Is
we just passed by Canlaon because that time we're going to Bacolod.
Negros.
Mm.
Yeah. I once things open up, I'm gonna head back to Negros, spend another month in Negros because there's a lot I want to see. And it's funny when you live a place, you always think, "Oh, I'll see it next week," and then you don't end up seeing it. So yeah, once it opens up, I'd like to go a month back in Negros and see quite a few things that we didn't see, kind of because of the pandemic. But a lot of the stuff is at Negros Occidental, and we couldn't drive to Negros Occidental because of the pandemic. When in the Philippines, try Robust instead available at your 7-Eleven. What is that? I don't.
Robust.
Is that like some type of?
Yeah.
Okay. DiCaprio is
DiCaprio.
famous for much younger women. Yeah, and he changes them out. I think. What is it? Once every year, once every 2 years. He dates a girl for 1 or 2 years, and then she's gone. The next.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's like he just changes them out. In my experience, I don't call him dirty old man, but he's definitely a mature man, and I prefer that. Yeah, that's a nice way of saying a mature man, not dirty. There are cultural differences in the world, and it's very difficult to understand unless you live In that culture, exactly. Western women insult Western women insult women in the world by saying they are only in it for the dollars. I find that so hilarious when Western women say that, and yet in the West, when you ask a female, what do they ask for? They ask for, you know, when they want to get married or when they find a boyfriend, they're always looking at equal or above when it comes to the pay scale. They never date. Like, if you're a not Philippine, if you're a Western woman and you're a nurse, you're not gonna go date someone who's picking up trash or a plumber or whatever. You're gonna try to date a doctor or someone else who's in nursing or someone who's above you. So they're always looking at getting someone with more money. You know, someone who has more potential to make more money, and then they look down on the Eastern women and say they're only in it for the money. It's like, come on, women are women. They look for security. My dad was 14 years older than my mom. Hopefully, they had a great marriage, Leonard. DiCaprio dumps them when they hit 24 or so, every time, to my knowledge. Okay. And I think some people now, actually, because of the common law marriage in the US, have started dumping girlfriends after a certain amount of years because they don't want to get into this common law trap. So, the law is making it worse for women in the US, actually, because men who are aware, and more men are becoming aware. If I was in the West, for example, living in a state that told me if you live with this woman at more than 3 years, you become common law, after about 2.5 years, she'd be out. I don't care. She'd be out. I'd be like, I'm sorry, you're gone. You get your own place. We can still be boyfriend, girlfriend, but you're not living with me. I mean, that's the only way to protect yourself these days, which is ridiculous. But that's the way the government has made it. Can you read that? I need to heat up my coffee.
There was a joke told at the Academy Awards about Leonardo DiCaprio taking his date the sea the aviator. She was too old for him by the time the movie was finished.
What's that?
It's about Leonardo.
So after a year of filming, she's too old, yeah.
For Matthew, thank you for the contribution, Matthew. It says first date on Match.com in the USA is what do you do? And do you what? Do you own your own home? Babe, it's for you. Let me do that.
Okay.
Goodness gracious. Goodness.
What's that? Thanks for the super chat, Matthew. First date on Match.com in the USA is what do you do, and do you own your own home? Yeah, I've had like that. I had one girl ask me, what type of car do you drive? So as soon as you start dating them, they're like seriously, no want to know how much you make, if you have a house, what kind of car you drive. So they're not the ones to talk about this. Let's see. Babe,
You lost it?
yeah.
Okay, here you go. I'll find it. I'll find it.
Okay, you find it. You're better at finding it.
Hi. We're almost there.
Sorry, we just lost track of where we were. So Mia's scrolling. That's one of the things I don't like with StreamYard. If sometimes you lose where you're at, I wish they would update that. So
There.
Filipino women are the most beautiful. Just my dirty old opinion. I always thought so. I've looked at all different women from different places in the world. I think it's because they have such a big variety of women here. I mean, the look wise, Leonard said, beards are good, and most Filipinos will accept them if they are well kept. Well, we'll see. I only need one to accept it for now. Joke luck. I only need one to accept it. It's funny, you have the beard, and if you still keep getting looks, it's okay. If they stop looking at you, I guess it's not good, right?
What happened to Des and Les?
Les-
Leslie's.
what is that?
What? Who? Who's that?
Who's that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think you're mixing up. Maybe with a different channel.
I don't know. I don't have a friend named Des and Les.
Word of the day, dirty. Roy Jones. I hope to be a dirty old man. uh, Bob says the oligarchs know men are net producers and women net spenders. If men walk away, lie flat, or insist on romance only, their economy collapses. Well, here in the Philippines, actually, women are. I see a lot of women working, and a lot of men just not a lot, but you know what I mean. It seems in the West there's more men to do the work, and here in the Philippines, it's more women. So that's my observation, anyway. But I get your point about men doing the majority of the work. Actually, there's statistics for that. Men have earned about 70 to 80% of the money in the West. Women about 20 to 30%. Yet women spend about 70 to 80% of the money, and men spend about 20 to 30%. So a lot of money going from men to women, it seems like. So I think that's just the way it always has been and always will be. Let's see. Leonard, you can't steal what isn't really yours. Okay. Mr. Ron says, my ex became a control freak after she got older. I don't get that with me. Yeah, maybe it's because they have to become a control freak to keep you, right?
That's for sunshine.
Oh, that's for sunshine. Yeah, I second that, Paul. Gio, Mark, and Ricky, give me hope. Just open the damn country already. Yeah. I don't know, man. This pandemic is it just keeps giving and giving and giving, doesn't it? Now we have a new variant called Delta, and everything's shutting down
There's
again.
another variant in Dumaguete. It's Lambda.
Lambda?
Yeah.
Oh.
They said it's serious one.
A serious one? Like
Yeah.
Delta is not serious enough?
I don't know. I don't know what's serious one.
I don't know, man. But goddamn, this is getting old quick, man. I mean, it's to the point now. I've noticed this too. Filipinos are starting not to give a damn. I mean, before I see people everywhere wearing masks. Now I'll see people walking the street without masks, like they don't give a shit anymore. And you go into malls and stuff, and you're supposed to wear a face shield and face mask and a face shield. And you even see the face shield up. The guard had it up, and no one's got it down.
But they will ask you to put it down.
As you walk through, the guard will ask you to take it down. And you'll see it. Filipinos, they'll take it down past the guard. And as soon as they walk past the guard, it's up here. And you go to the market. We went to the market a couple of days ago, the wet market, that is. And online, it says everybody should wear a face shield, at the face mask and face shield at the market. I don't think I saw one person with a face shield. Lots of face masks everywhere, but not face shields. So people are starting to like fuck this, I'd rather die than continue this bullshit. It's getting to that point. People are just tired of it. Really, really tired of it. And I think the politicians know that too, because they're starting to lose control. Like here in Cebu, they said, no one can go in and out of Cebu City, and they're going to put up all these checkpoints. And the police never showed up. All these checkpoints were put up there, and the police didn't even bother show up. And then they got a warning from somebody or other, and they still not there. It's like they don't want to do this anymore. They're tired. And understandably enough, especially here in the Philippines, where people are starving, lost their jobs and everything's been shut down. People are like, I'd rather take a chance on COVID than starve to death. So I understand it, but it's a hard situation in any country, but it's even harder here. Expats Ecuador wanting to go to the Philippines. Well, mabuhay, right? Mabuhay, which means welcome in the Philippines. Mabuhay to the Philippines. The wall hasn't a loss yet. If they don't want to see you happy, they were never your friend. A lot of it is jealousy because you can do something they cannot and resent you for it. And some of them actually can do it. I've noticed this. They have enough money, but it's just they can't give up the materialistic, they can't give up the safety, they can't give up any of that to be happier. They'd rather be in their level of happiness. I'm not saying they're miserable, but in their level of happiness, they might be at a 5 or a 6 out of 10, and they could be at an 8 or a 9 over here, but they won't give up that materialistic lifestyle. I don't know what that means. Does this apply to gay American men? I see some age gap gay relationships here. I've seen it in the Philippines. Foreigners who are gay with younger guys, but I'm not, so I don't comment on that. Mia wants to have your baby, and you'll be blessed with a son or daughter. Tuata says no, Depp lost. That's what I thought.
Well, I thought that
Google
was...
it. Google it while we Google it while we continue.
I googled it, and it says here, Johnny Depp has won a victory in his ongoing legal battle with ex-wife Amber Heard. Because they...
Here, keep talking. Let me read it real fast.
Sure. You wanna? Okay. One of the best things about getting older is caring less
No,
what other people
wait,
think.
It says here that the defamation lawsuit was thrown out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was thrown out. That means he lost.
Was it?
I keep reading.
Do your thing, gentlemen. Yeah, I know something about that. Like, when you get old or something, you started not taking, you started not caring about what other people think about you or what you do or something. You just, just do your own thing, and life is great. Move on, people. Would you consider Woody Allen to be a dirty old man? Yes. Depp is slowly winning in public opinion and in court cases. Yeah, I see that.
What?
Depp.
Yeah, he's winning he might be losing some legal battles, but he's winning the hearts and minds of the people that watch, the people that...
Way too many people can be lie detectors. Really? How? How?
Anyway, I can read that later. But how you can beat a lie detector? You just have to believe it's true, what you're saying. You have to convince yourself.
Really? Didn't know that.
I got that from Seinfeld.
Are you for real?
Yeah. There are plenty of old cougars here in the USA with large age gaps that seem acceptable with society. My thought is what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Yeah, exactly. I want coffee. Go get coffee then. Tuatha says lie detectors are not very accurate. I don't know. How do you measure that, right? I think it depends on who the lie detector is on. If it's a pathological liar, I don't think you'll really see much because they don't really have a conscience. But somebody has a conscience, I think you'll see it because they're nervous and all that stuff. Oh, yeah. Ohio says the same thing I said. Yeah. Mark Norris, Alex Baldwin, late 60s with a 30-something girl. I wonder if it is purely love or the millions he has. A regular Joe could never do this in the West. Yeah, that's exactly right, Mark. But it's not just the money, really. It's the fame. Women love fame. because it's attention, right? If they're with a guy who's famous, they're getting a lot of attention, and that to women is currency. So they love attention. So being with a famous man is, even a famous man who's not rich necessarily. It's just that he's famous. It's like flies to honey, man. You can take a Valium and drink a Coke and pass a lie detector. Okay. Thanks for that tip. They can also be tricked using very simple visualization techniques. Good to know. When Geo eventually moves, are you guys doing the same? We're not here because of Geo. Okay, so age gap is smaller in rich countries. Small age gap is a wealth privilege. Yep, true. Not just that the country is rich, but I've noticed that in those countries you have a very socialistic government. Like in the US, for example, if you're a single mom without a person with resource to take care of you, the government will take care of you. So you don't need a man, right? Because men are taxed, so these women can live off the tit of the government, right? So, and I thought the U.S. was about capitalism, but now it's becoming more and more socialistic, and it's a sad situation because I think people have to be responsible for their choices, whether it's a woman or a man. And a woman having kids with someone she doesn't deem appropriate to be the father of the kid, meaning married, why should I be paying out of my taxes to support her? It's just ridiculous. Paul, I'm 58, but still young at heart and in good shape. Can I still get a younger lady? Yeah, you can. It's complete, guys. It's completely different here than in the West. If you haven't been here, it's hard to understand the way it is here. It's just accepted here. It's just accepted, and the women have a completely different attitude. They like to flirt, even if they're not interested in you. They like to flirt. So it's just more fun here. When you flirt with girls, it's actually fun. It's not scary. You're not scared they're gonna shout at you or get up in your face, or everybody's so mellow, and women are flirty, and it's just a different environment. You actually have to be here. I can say it to you, but if you've never been here and never lived here, it's almost impossible to understand if you've only lived in the West. Many young single mothers here. My GF is 34 and her daughter just turned 17. Yeah, a lot of single mothers there. I prefer not to date single mothers, but to each his own. I made a video about that and why I don't date single mothers. Of course, I can't date anybody now because I have Mia, but I mean, if I was single, I wouldn't date a single mother. Seriously, that is. I'm not to have a serious relationship. And I've talked about why in that video, and I'm not going to go over it again.
Paul's travel adventure.
Hypergamy knows no age. Yeah. I mean, it's an innate instinct with women. Even women at 50 are looking for richer guys, or 60. It doesn't matter. They're not going to date someone who's below them in education or resources. They're just not going to. That's just the way it is. And that's just the way women are, and you just have to accept it. Acceptance. Acceptance. If they want to be dirty old men, go for it. People can do whatever they want in the world as long as long as the wallet is fat. Yeah. I'm 21 years older than Nay. She's a younger woman to me. Yep. Okay. True.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a stuffy nose, guys. Sorry about that. Good morning, Paul and Mia from Mississippi. Good morning. Chicago on the go. I'm not a dirty old man because I shower every day. The money is what is dirty. Not the man. The money allows the man opportunities to meet younger women attracted to Western men. Exactly. And over here is, I don't know why, but maybe Mia can talk about that. But over here, if you're a foreigner, you're just assumed to be rich. And I think it's because of the poverty level here. But they look at you, foreigner, you could have $600 a month and you'll be considered rich. I know one guy who lives off what, $700 a month, and he's got a gorgeous girlfriend, right? And I mean, his lifestyle is very low or poor, what we'd consider in the West poor. Here, it's, upper middle class or middle class, right? For him,
No,
for Filipinos, I think, even, or
I
what? Maybe not.
no, it
No,
isn't.
it isn't. But still, he has a gorgeous girlfriend, right?
Yeah,
So it's just that you're a foreigner. You just assume to be
rich.
not necessarily rich, but you're like, you get like a extra point for being a foreigner. It seems
Yeah.
like when you date here, even if you're poor,
Yeah,
it's just like they want babies with a foreigner too, right? Because they're always so cute.
of course.
Yeah. Trade the old guy, go for another OG with more. Another OG. Older guy with more dollars. Okay. CDC says that the new cases are over 95% unvaccinated people catching it. Yeah, I think it's like 99% of the people in the hospital are either unvaccinated or only had the first shot. So
No COVID talk.
stop the fat and ride the waves. Slap the fat and ride the waves.
I like that.
First case of Lambda virus found in Manila.
Virus.
Virus found in Manila. Yep, that's true. I had a woman ask me if the girl I was with is my little sister. I'm 63 and I never dated a woman over 45 here in the US. Good for you, man.
Is that your stepsister?
Viagra and Cialis have way too many side effects. I think most medicine has side effects, but even a vaccine has side effects. Whatever you take, whatever you put in your body has side effects, but you have to look at the good it's doing compared to the bad it's doing, the percentage. If you take something and it saves millions of lives and one person dies of it, is that a good thing? Yes. So you have to look at the consequences, not just the side effects. I mean, the positives, not just the side effects. I would say probably a lot of old men have had a lot of good times because of Viagra and Cialis, and if they die a year earlier, I think they're good with that. Just saying, feeling blessed that the blue pill is unnecessary. Yeah.
Got into
find a natural solution.
Oh, it's good. I think that was horny goat weed really works.
I have heard it depends if you are with
The right woman.
the right woman. Yep. Did I read that one?
No.
Mia loves you so much, it's clear. Count your blessings, says Matthew. Thank you for that, Matthew.
I'm your blessing.
You're my blessing. Up more?
Up.
More?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're behind.
Up.
More?
Up. 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 Yes, up more. Up more.
No, because this one, right? We passed that one, aren't we?
No. There.
Did you experience checkpoints on your travels? I hear Cebu is locking down until the end of August. Actually, we just were in Cebu. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, and there were no checkpoints.
But I've read the news. They will
I mean, yeah,
make the city tighter, like the forget the word. The way they handle the pandemic here, they will tight the.
Like I was saying earlier,
God, go.
it was supposed to be checkpoints, and but They set up all the checkpoints, meaning all the tents and everything, but no one showed up.
Before there was, remember the time when they were stopping and they were stopping motorbikes and
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
were just driving
yeah,
past and
yeah. Oh,
just
yeah,
wave
there's
at
one.
them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like I said, I think people are tired of this. They really are. I think people are so ready to move on. Is having a hard temper fit normal for a Filipina?
Horrid temper?
Horrible temper fit, I mean, like start shouting and oh, what's going on like that. I'd say no. But
No, that we're too calm. We're too like if you're gonna start shouting or using a loud voice to us, it's kind of like we're, we're
that's
gonna
annoying.
start crying or walking away. So
No, he's
it's
wondering.
not normal for Phil for.
No, for a Filipina to have such a temper. No, I'd
No,
say
it
no.
isn't. We're calm. We
Because
are.
that's very unfeminine, and Filipinos are very feminine. So if you're outside and a Filipino starts shouting at you, I would be next.
Well, unless unless it's like sometimes I see all these Filipinas with their husband, shouting at each other.
Yeah, that's because they're married and
Yeah, they're married.
she can do whatever she wants, and that's why I say don't get married unless you really vetted that girl really, really well. Mia's English is really good. Yeah, thanks to me. Joke.
Yeah, he's a good teacher.
Now, but her English has improved since with me, but it's thanks to her hard work, really. Why wouldn't you do zipline, Paul?
Why? I
Have you
asked
al-
him that several times. Why he wouldn't do zip line? And his hand starts. Your hands are sweaty.
No, it's two things. I'm scared of heights, number one, but also I've done zipline in the Philippines before, and I told myself never again. And I mean, I'll be honest, I just don't trust the safety stuff here, and zipline, it has to be safe. How many times is it checked a year? Do they have an inspection? And I told Mia that, but she still wants to go. It's just like when we drive a motorbike, right? We both have the paddings and all that I bought one for her. I bought one for me, of course. And I'm the only one who wears it. She doesn't want to wear it. Even though I tell her, go ahead and wear it, she doesn't want to wear it. So I'm like, I'm very safety conscious. She's not. So I don't know. I'm just.
But I wear helmet.
Yeah, but if you wear a helmet and we crash and you hit the asphalt, believe me, helmet's not going to help your shoulders, your elbows, your back. It's like I mean, can you imagine you're going 60 kilometers an hour and you hit the asphalt? It's like your skin is just going to be like a knife taking your skin straight off.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. Have you seen people that have crashed without 60 kilometers an hour without any? Yeah, it's not a pretty sight. But touch wood, I've driven for 2.5 years and not one accident.
Good like that.
Yeah. So, to both of you, what is your favorite book to read? Maybe you can answer that.
Right now I'm done with Sherlock Holmes. I am reading The Body Language from Joe Navarro. He's an FBI guy who's learning about the body language. So that's what I'm reading right now. I don't know about Paul. What do you read? Oh, well, he's reading the No More Mr. Nice Guy. That's what he's reading. And I think I'm going to read that soon after I'm done with my book. So.
And tell them why you keep reading my books. Why do you keep reading my books?
The reason why I keep reading his book is because I want to learn about the red pill. I just want to know how it is. Like, I want to understand him. That's it. And, I just sometimes.
My psychology.
Like, I mean, I can't even understand girls, how much more of a red pill guy. So I'm trying to understand what is going on with his mind about red pill and so on. So, yeah.
Yeah, she likes to read my books on red pills because I think she wants to like have something to counter or something. I don't know. Western feminine is worse than cancer. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I mean, cancer is pretty bad, man. Plumbers make a lot of more money than nurses in the US. Yeah, that's true. But it's the kind of the impression. If can you imagine if you're a girl and you're taking uh, this guy to meet your parents. Let's say you're 30 and he's 36, 37. And the parents ask, what does he do? He's a plumber. Or if he says he's an engineer or a nurse or something like that, which looks better? That's it. It's the
The face, I guess.
it's like how they perceive it that really counts. When I was dating in the West, one of the first questions was if I had a pension. Yeah. Divorce rates highest, marriage rate lowest, birth rate lowest in US history, yet Western women complain about age gap. Yeah. And they always complain about men making too much money, or they should have more money or something. They're always complaining. That's the thing with the Western women. They're always complaining. They're never happy. No matter how much you give them, they're never happy. Yes, Paul, I'm a dirty old man. Old chickens make good soup. Bad case of COVID can cause ED. New sonic wave treatment clear out blocking blood clot cells. Okay.
Leonardo.
Good morning, Sunrise. How are you doing? Leonardo DiCaprio is the world's most famous MGTOW. Yeah, true. He's red pilled as hell, man. Can you read that? I'll go get my coffee.
From Bruce, I have a few different girlfriend options when I get to the Philippines, but you can't be sure what you might have till you spend real time with a person. If none of my options pan out, I'll keep looking. Yeah, there's a lot of choices here in the Philippines, and you'll meet a lot of girls, different characters, different type of beauties, and like I mean, later in life, you'll meet that one girl who's compatible with you, who's who can really mesh up with you with the attitude and you know
Yeah.
good points with the beauty, of course.
I'd say the other thing is take it slow.
Yeah.
Take it real slow. I'm clean old man who likes sexy women in his life and bed.
Okay.
Don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. And guys, if you are watching some of my videos, share also. Share really, really helps me out. Helps me out on growth. And I've been having a lot of growth lately. So keep it up, guys. Really great. Thank you. I'm 70 and my wife 45, been together 25 years. 25 years. So you
25
met her
years.
when she was 20 and you were 45. So 45 and 20. And been together for 25 years. Wow.
That's nice. How'd you keep up the marriage thing? How'd you
How's
how'd
it
you do
possible?
that?
How's it possible? He wants to know.
I want to know.
Paul, I think your live stream will surpass Gio's because Mia is by your side.
No, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Gio has a great live stream.
He has a lot of
great
there
information.
also.
Also, he has a lot of great information. He has a lot more experience living in the Philippines. He's been here 5 years and lived in many different places. So
Just have to search something.
Okay. It's another YouTube vlog I thought you might know, as they are in Duma, Des and Les vlog. Oh, we'll have to look that up.
Des and
Thanks for that, Duatha.
Yeah, you know that the matriarchy at home of my mom's. Remember?
Yeah. Philippines is a matriarchy at home. That's really true. I don't know. I don't want to talk about your family situation, but yeah, I've experienced that when the woman disappears or the mother disappears, it seems the family doesn't do that well. Chris says, yeah, Filipinas are pretty. They really are. What would Mia DNA come up? Part Chinese and Paul part Norway, and what country? Mideast. Yeah, it would be a real mix, She'd have. Do you have any Spanish blood in you? Some Filipinos have Spanish blood. Do you have Spanish blood in you?
I think so.
So we'd have
He's
Spanish.
like, remember the land? It's from my great
Yeah, yeah,
grandfather
yeah,
Spanish.
yeah.
So
So you'd have Spanish DNA, you'd have Middle Eastern DNA, you'd have Viking DNA, all mixed in one soup and spat out. And I wonder how that shows up. Is that a tasty one or is that yucky? The Filipino happy personality makes them even more beautiful. Yeah, that's really true.
the more you love, the more your face lights up,
Yeah. Like you look at old people, I mean, really old people, not old like me, but even older.
Yeah.
And you look at their eyes here and you can tell, have they been angry or happy during their life? And you can tell some people like their look, their face looks like they've had a lot of anger in their life, while other people, you look at their face and you can tell they've had a happy life,
Yeah,
you know?
like you got all these positive vibes
Yeah.
when you just met them, like, oh wow, she's really nice, and
He or she is
he or
really nice.
she, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I am wearing a pants. It's just the t-shirt is long. Long?
Why is Mia wearing pants? Is she aware we can see her every time she stands?
I am actually wearing.
Are you wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's wearing shorts under there, so it just looks
Yeah.
like she's wearing nothing.
It's the
She likes
t-shirt.
she likes to tease you guys. That's what she does.
Gago. I'm gonna bite you.
Oh no, she doesn't. She just that's what she wears all day. When she's inside. Are you and Mia going to take a trip to Kabul?
Kabul? No thanks. No.
Kabul,
Not right
Afghanistan?
Now. Not right now.
Maybe 20 years from now. The COVID is like a dirty old man. Yeah, it just keeps going and going.
230 to watching. Yeah.
232 watching, but only 70
246.
likes. Come on, guys, hit the like button. 246 people now. Come on, hit the like button. If masks worked, this would have been over a year ago. Well, masks don't work 100%. But I always say this: if you're on an operating table, would you rather your doctor have a mask on or not? So I think that answers the question. But they do dissipate and lessen the likelihood of that damn COVID spreading. But does it work 100%? No, neither does the vaccine. So Gio's in the house. Hey, Gio.
Gio's in the house.
I covered my eyes.
LOL.
I'm not sure what that means. Refusing to wear masks that has caused the surge in COVID cases in the US. Not only that, but it's the Delta variant too. It's 100 times more contagious than the other variants. So it is not just the mask stuff. It is partly that. I think I'm not a virologist, but I would venture to say partly that. Mostly the Delta variant, I would say. When dating a Western woman, the second question they ask for your name is, what is your job? Yep, that is true. Your job, do you have a house? Do you have a car? What type of car? And so on. What neighborhood you live in? I'm a retired military RN. Retirement seems to be a weakness. I'm happy with my retirement here. Here I come, Philippines. Mabuhay. That's my new word, mabuhay. Means welcome in Tagalog, right? It's crazy back here in the US too. People are screaming at each other over a mask. Yeah, I
There's
don't.
Karen everywhere in it.
I don't get that, man. I just wear the mask when you are close to other people. I mean, I don't wear it if I'm far away from people, but if I'm in the vicinity of people, it's like it's not just about me, right? Because I might have something and I don't want to spread it. Because sometimes you get something and you're asymptomatic, right? And you don't want to spread it. So it's about the people around you. It's being considerate, you know. John James, of course, my Filipina of 3.5 years. Oh, yeah. That's for John, so I won't read it. 17.73% fully vaccinated, so hopefully 50% by Christmas. Is it really that much in the Philippines? Last I looked, it was like 12 or 13%, so that's fantastic. Yeah, once they reach a certain point, I think they'll open up. So yeah, and especially if the country that's allowed in has like 80 or 90 or 100% of their people vaccinated, why wouldn't they let them in, right? Uh, Tom says, great topic. It is better to have health insurance from Canada or get insurance in the Philippines. You know what? I've been saying this for weeks, and I'm sorry, but I've been saying I'm going to do research on that, and I keep forgetting. And Mia is supposed to remind me,
He's
but she
old.
keeps forgetting too. Well, you're young, and you keep forgetting to remind me. Are you going to remind me this
Well,
time?
you have it in your to-do list.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So it's your fault.
Sound is good. Thanks, man. Physicist Richard Feynman wrote a book called "What Do You Care What Other People Think?" Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
But we do. That's just a human thing. We care about what other people think. We care that we are popular. We care because we are a social type of animal. So we don't want to be ostracized from the pack, if you will. So we really do actually care. It's our instinct to care, you know?
Well, I think if you reach a certain point of being introverted, you won't really care about it anymore.
I don't think it's that. I think at some point in your life you stop caring because you just think about life and you come to a place in life where you're just comfortable with
Yeah.
yourself, comfortable with the amount of finances you have, and you're like, well, if this guy doesn't care about what I talk about, then you know what, I'm moving on. There's other guys I can be friends with, other girls that can be my girlfriend. You just don't give a damn anymore, you know.
Yeah.
And that's true, really, because when I was younger, I noticed that older people didn't seem to give a shit, you know, and it's like, wow, I wish I could be like that. If I was thrown out, if it was thrown out, he won because there was not enough evidence to convict, or the evidence showed him to be innocent. Yeah. Philippines is the only country wearing these ridiculous face shields. Yes, that's true. They must be made from China and must have some purchase agreement with them.
Well, actually, Duterte gave these rules that, you know, regular people are not allowed to wear face shield anymore, unless if you are working in a hospital. Of course, that's essential. But if you're just going to a mall or something, you're not supposed to wear face shield anymore.
You know, I read about it, and the face shield, they've done research on it, and there's not one research paper or any scientific literature that shows face shield helps in any way. So, you know, but it is what it is, man. It's just like this thing here in the Philippines when they had the motorbike. We actually got a ticket for that, me and her. We had to have a plastic shield between me and her while driving the scooter, and we got stopped. And I explained to the girl giving us a ticket, we live together, we kiss each other and everything. So it doesn't that this plastic shield between us isn't going to do any difference. It didn't matter, you know. Even though we had a paper from the barangay showing that she was my living girlfriend, it didn't matter, you know.
But if you're gonna ask them what's the
so
reason behind it,
they say we don't know.
we don't know.
We're just
It's-
following what our
it's-
boss says. So it's remember I made a video on this, acceptance. You have to have that mentality of acceptance. If you start making these things drive you crazy and you think about it and you get angry, Philippines is not for you, because there's a lot of these small things here that are completely illogical. They make no logical sense. You're like, how can they not think this through and do it this way instead to make it more efficient? You just got to accept it. This is the Philippines. It's part of the charm, you know? So, yeah. Acceptance. Age gap is not as important as character, good versus bad. Well, there's a balance, obviously. If you're a 20-year-old Filipina with an 80-year-old guy who's fat and not good looking, how much attraction do you have to that guy in reality, right? So it comes a point where it becomes, I don't know. What do you think? Does it come a point where age gap becomes not a good thing? I mean, a 20-year-old with a 85-year-old, is that okay?
Huh?
Doesn't matter. If you are trained, you can fool the lie detector. That's true. If you're George from Seinfeld, you can fool the lie detector. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Seinfeld asks George, how do you do that? And he looks at him. If you believe it's true, it is true. He says, so basically you have to get the mindset that you believe the lie is the true. True about the age thing. I remember my mother-in-law being quite comfortable in not giving a damn and just doing her thing. Yeah. And that's actually the nice thing about getting older. You stop caring, you know? I mean, you care about people, you just stop caring about opinion.
So
Guys, I'm going to go for 20 more minutes, so I'm not going to be able to reach all the comments. Johnny Depp won the case against his ex, but lost his libel case against the publication from London. Yeah, that's okay. So he won some and lost some. Put Musk on the stand. Okay. Paul, will a younger Filipina date an older man who's been snipped? Yes, absolutely. Flirting is fun. The US needs more socialism, not less. What the hell do you think Social Security payments are? It's called socialism. It started under FDR. Bruce, I have to disagree with you. You know, when you say Social Security, I've paid into Social Security all my life. So I'm just getting a return on my investment in a way. A person like a single mother or something, she hasn't put any money into the system, but she's taking out money. So me as a taxpayer, I'm paying for somebody who's acting irresponsible. If you have paid into a system, if I paid into my 401k all my life and I get some type of return when I retire, yes, I understand that is part of socialism as the way it's perceived, but it's not really, you're putting something into the system and getting something back. So that's, to me, that's different. Yeah, had way more fun flirting with sales staff in Cebu than anywhere else than I can recall, whether UK, US. Yeah, they love to flirt here, man. They just love to flirt here. So yeah. Hello from Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Tiger Woods extra tried to dollar for attention. 51 and 24, dirty. In the West, yes. Here, no. Don't feel lonely, Paul. I have a cold that could kill a bear at you. I don't really have a cold. It's just a stuffy nose. I've had a stuffy nose now for, what, a week? I think maybe we need to change the filter on the aircon or something. I don't know. How the hell you live off 700 a month here? I don't know.
You go vegetarian.
No.
Because the vegetable here are very cheap.
No. He's not a vegetarian for that. But
he was.
Not because of, no. It's.
Are you talking about the girl or the guy?
Both. But let's not talk about them.
Okay.
You can live off $700 here, but it's a very meager lifestyle. I mean, you can't be going to restaurants and coffee shops and trips and all that stuff. So your lifestyle is severely reduced. You have to find places to live that are outside. You know, you could, like this condo here, I could find one probably, 30 to 40% less if I went outside of Newtown, you know? So it's that kind of choices you have to make. So, is it possible? Yes, but I wouldn't do it. Ask me, does she feel taken advantage of? Do you feel taken advantage of by me? Or would you even tell me if? Or very happy she met an old mature man who has raised her quality of life. I think you guys know the answer to that.
Yeah, I am very happy because, like, in some ways he helped me grow and like he helped me with some stuff that I am in need of. And
what stuff?
Gagu, stop it. So yeah, I'm really happy.
Yeah. Why didn't we call you Hefner a dirty old man? Yeah, he's got money and fame. That's why. Those bunnies made millions. Yes, they did. And had a great time too, man. I wish I could have gone to one of those parties. You two look happy, invigorated, and enjoying life together. I and my partner of 4 years are very similar ages to you guys. We are both really happy. Life is great. I don't care at all what others think. Yeah, exactly. I'm way past that. I'm so ready to move. Been trying to get there the past year to check it out. Thanks for your content. Really nice to see things there from your channel. Well, I think you're going to have to be patient a few more months, man. I think, as I said, the vaccination rate is picking up here, really picking up. So few more months. Steele says, stay single. To each his own, man. Ah, God. I lost it again, babe.
See,
Oh,
I
God.
wanna
We're
hold
so
it.
behind.
They're done.
Sorry, guys.
Done.
I'm not gonna make all the comments, guys. It's just impossible. I'm way behind here. I'm 47. I'm very good looking with a good job and also a guitarist. Wow, cool. But the women here are overweight. Oh God, yes, tell me about it. And have sassy attitude that are
And
undateable.
dateable.
Yep, exactly. They expect you to pay for everything, and they just their attitude completely sucks. I wouldn't if I went back. Let's say I got a job and I went back for 2 3 years, and Mia was here, and we broke up. I still wouldn't date in the US. I would not date in the US unless some girl came on to me that was good looking. I wouldn't even bother. I just wouldn't bother. I wouldn't even bother flirt. Uh, yeah, it's possible in 700s, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But Viagra and Chaz will kill you. Many have died. It's a good way to die, though, right? Joke. It's not good if you are the one dying from the side effects. It depends. Typically, upfront guys that are brazen,
You know what
they're communicating to you. It's subtle. The open
subtle.
and obvious, distinct. Have a good morning to you. Okay. Mia is adorable. Can't wait to move there and date friendly, kind, adorable women. There are so abundant there. Yeah. Just sometimes the guys living here get spoiled, so be careful, guys. Guys, remember you can put the chat on slow mode if it goes too fast. Cheers from Savannah. Hello from Off the Cuff Adventures with Jamie. Doesn't make any sense. Philippines closed the country for fully vaccinated visitors and investors. That's crazy. Mark, I agree. I think if you're fully vaccinated, you should be able to enter, but they still haven't made that decision. I'm not sure why. And maybe they're talking about it behind closed doors. But there is a lot of suffrage here from no tourism, I can tell you that. Men are not complaining about Viagra side effects. You are safety conscious because at your age it takes longer to heal. Yeah, true. No, I think it's because of age and what I've seen, and when I was in my younger days, I probably wasn't as safety conscious. Mia listened to Paul about motorbike safety. It's how he got to be a dom.
Dumb.
Dom? I don't know what that means. I'm 54-year-old dating a 31-year-old Filipina. I'm not a dirty old man. I prefer what I prefer. Yes, you are, Henry. You are a dirty old man. Joke. How have Paul living in Philippines? What does that mean? How have Paul living in Philippines? Book to read, The Great Controversy by E.G.W. Number 1.
Oh.
Okay, take a note of that. Mia, make a mental note. Mia, well done for reading English because I sure as heck can't read Visaya. True. MedTech says, yeah, Mia, my GF, badly scrapped her knee in a scooter crash. She wasn't wearing sufficient protective clothing. There you go. Did Paul write the book? No, Mr. Nice Guy. My girl came off her motorbike when a dog ran in front of her. She was pretty messed up with facial, hands, legs, and arm damage. Be safe on a bike and never know when it's going to go bad. Exactly. That is true. Is it okay if some believe in marriage and others don't? You can believe in whatever you want, man. I don't. Don't worry, Mia. Motorcycles are safe. It's the riders you have to watch for. For me, it's the cars I'm worried about and the serious buses, crazy drivers. I mean, how long have Paul living in the Philippines? I've been living here since November 2018. Facts about hypergamy. A question for you both: what inspirational quote would you each choose and why? No red pill. For me, uh, women are born, men are made.
No red pill. No red
Is that
pill.
red pill? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, for me, it's about living the life to the fullest.
Yeah,
Because like um
for me too. Be the best you can be.
there's a lot of um you don't know when's gonna be the end of your life.
Mm.
You don't know when's maybe tomorrow or the other next day you're gonna be dead. So
Bas-
no matter what you do, make the life out of it, like
make the
in
best out
make
of
the
it.
best out of it. You have to
Yeah.
enjoy it, and like just
Be happy.
be happy. Yeah.
If you're in a situation in life where you're not happy, try to figure out a way what you need to do long term to get that happiness.
Yeah.
One thing I find meditation is great. Uh, Meditation has been shown to create happiness. It takes a while and actually shows to change your brain to a more positive outlook. Um, Also, working out for me makes me happy because it creates endorphins. It makes you look good and so on. Eating healthy and all that. But basically, for me, is be the best you can be. I like to, guys, I like to make videos. Obviously, I try to find something to keep me busy. I like to read when I have time and energy. I like to read about, red pill because it's a type of philosophy that I didn't really understand, and I just like, I like to be the best I can be, and I think it's I see a lot of people don't do that. Next week, I only got maybe I can't read that. I only go about 15 miles per hour with my electric unicycle, but I still wear elbow and wrist guards. The road rash can sting for days and leave lasting scars. True. 15 miles, that's about 25 kilometers. I agree with me. If Filipinos are not all the same, they all have different personalities. Yeah, but in general, they're all very feminine. Paul, I'm curious as to what you and Mia think about websites like Pina Love. What is that?
Never. I think it's like a dating site.
Um, Guys, I'm going to go for about 10 more minutes. Pina Love is, if it's a dating site, I think they can be a great tool, but if I was moving here, I wouldn't even bother. I'd just wait till you get here. Because if you meet someone online, they'll typically want to meet you at the airport, and they want to lock you down before you have a chance to see what's available here. So if I was moving here, I wouldn't bother. If I was coming here for 2-3 weeks, it's a good tool to meet some girls, but otherwise, I wouldn't. Paul, I just logged in. How do you support yourself while you are there in the Philippines? I'm thinking of moving to the Philippines. Well, I don't. Mia is the one with the money, and she gives me a stipend every month of about $1,000. She's a rich girl, so
I wish.
she wishes. No, I have some income that supports me, and that's about it. And then YouTube helps me uh, reach my goal. Let me put it that way. So yeah, that's how I support myself. But YouTube is not easy, man. I think people think they start a YouTube channel and make a lot of money. It's a lot of work. I enjoy it because I need something to do. But if your heart isn't in it, it's not a lot of money, but it supplements what I'm making. So yeah. Okay. Morning. Oh, did I read that one or no?
Yeah.
Morning from France. Been back here since last year, August. I'm 55, and in January will be 30 years together with my wife of 27. Wow. Congrats, man.
Marriage.
Read The Marriage Strike, The War on Boys. Good tips, guys. I need to write this down when after the. I'm offended. I'm a dirty old man. Ask her to stand up now. The dirty old man will be back when they open up. The same girl will meet me at the airport. I covered my eyes. The guy said me I didn't have pants on. I was kidding. She looks fine to me. Yeah.
See, I'm a dirty old
See, I'm a
man.
dirty old man. Yeah. I have a flight booked for November. Hope things open up by then. Yeah, I hope so. Uh, how old do I need to be to qualify as a dirty old man? It's not the age, it's the age gap. So I think in the West, 20 years, 15, 20 years, I think you're a dirty old. And especially if you're like 40 and she's 20, right? If you're 70 and she's 50, maybe not so much, but yeah. Maybe forget next year too. I don't think so, man. I still think the end of this year. Best vaccine is to Delta is Pfizer. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get the Pfizer, but I haven't been able to get it yet. I have a flight booked also for 30 days, praying the Philippines will be open. My thoughts starts with travel insurance, then pick up Pacific Cross unless you have military insurance. Okay. Pacific Cross, I'll need to look at that. Incorrect. Moderna is significantly more effective against Delta. You know, we have a place here just outside, I mean, literally across the street here where they give vaccines. And if you live in these buildings, you get priority. We went on a trip. We went early and we were back by 2, I think. And I was so tired. And I asked what vaccine they had. They had Moderna. So I thought, you know what? I'll get it tomorrow. And then we went downstairs the next day and it was back to the Chinese crap, right? So I go down every day and ask which one it is. And if it's Moderna, AstraZeneca or Pfizer, I'll fall in line pretty quick. But maybe in a couple of weeks, if there's still nothing, I'll get the Chinese one. I'm tired of waiting. It's not going to open until around election next year, I don't think. You might be right. I mean, that might be the ploy, open up for elections so that these politicians get elected again. Because if they're not open by elections, a lot of them are going to get thrown out. I'm reading the 2, No More Mr. Nice Guy, is a great book for men. It will change your life. Same thing said for Richard Cooper's Unhinged Alpha and Rollo Tomasi's The Rational Male. Yeah. The last 2 he mentions I've read. The first one I'm reading. I don't care what people think unless they're paying my bills. Yeah, it's true. Can you guys get access to Moderna or Pfizer vaccines over there? No. I mean, yes and no. You just have to ask what shot they're giving that day, and it might be Moderna, it might be Pfizer, it might be Sinovac, it might be something else. Western women should always wear masks and face shields. Good one, Mr. Steele. Forget Philippines at least till second semester next year. The government doesn't care. God, I hope you're wrong, man. I hope you're wrong. Otherwise, owe Gio a big coffee. Mia scrolling, and I'm waiting. Paul, what's the best news source that I can follow to keep up the Philippines news? Thanks. I just say Google, man. Philippines news, and just read whatever sources there are. There's several newspapers online. Follow Gio's channel. He's really great at keeping up with the news and putting out the latest news. If there's an update, a really good update, he'll put it out basically within a couple of hours of the update. So most old men note that you may have dirty thoughts and fantasy about, but actually physical acting on it is a different story, Viagra or not. Yeah, that's true. So it's okay having that thought, but doing it is wrong. You're right. You have to go with the flow. Some people think it can be so illogical that you want to beat your head against a wall.
Some things here.
Yeah, some things here. Yep, that's true. Just acceptance here, Mr. Ron. I took a psychological course about psychopaths from Yale, and one of the identifying traits of a psychopath is that they lack caring for others, called empathy. Yeah, that's true. That's really true. Do you think it's a good idea to go to Thailand and wait till Philippines open, maybe? Yes, I think it's a great idea. That's what I would do. If I was in the US right now and wanted to go to the Philippines and it's closed and I could get to Thailand, I'd be going to Thailand. I'd be waiting there. Why not? It's not social if you put into it, right on. Yeah, if you put money into Social Security, why shouldn't you get something back? Free public schools in the US, free Medicare for low income. Now, okay, so public schools, I completely agree with, even though that is a kind of a socialistic thing, because it helps society as a whole, right? So society benefits from educated people. You benefit from it because society as a whole picks up. So I don't mind that at all. Paying into, like in when I lived in Dallas, I paid a lot of tax in Texas. I paid a lot of taxes, school taxes, because I owned a home. Yet I didn't have any kids, right? So I wasn't getting any benefits out, but that didn't bother me because education is very important for any country, for the country to succeed. And the other thing is healthcare. I think type of a socialistic healthcare is actually good because it benefits society as a whole. Um, Next year, USA will split into communists and entrepreneurs who believe in freedom.
How about this, Ruby?
I can't see it because just I'm just gonna. No, she's 22. Socialist countries are the poorest. Exactly. You look at a socialist country, they're poor, except the Nordic countries. You look at Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. They are rich countries and they're socialistic. But they're socialistic capitalistic. So they have certain elements of socialism and certain aspects of capitalism. The dust here can cause a stuffy nose too. It can make a cold a lot worse. I don't think I have a cold because I'm not like sickly or tired or anything like that. So,
There.
Paul, will locals tell you what roads to stay away from? I think sometimes they do, yeah. But I'm 59. Colombia girlfriend is 28. Together for 4 years now. Great, man. You coming here in 22. Good stuff, man. From Alan, you never fail until you stop trying. Albert Einstein. That's exactly right. There's this guy here I see every day go to work, and he has some type of, I think he's born with some type of disease, and he's hunched back, and he can barely walk, and his legs go from side to side. And he goes to work every day, and it's amazing. He never gives up, and I just love people like that just keep going no matter what. You fail, you gotta wake up in the morning and keep going and keep going. If you just stay in bed and cry, it doesn't fix the problem. Who am I? Where am I now? Where am I going? What really matters? Yep. Don't worry, be happy. That's a song, right? Uncle June says meditation is wonderful, and nature and reading. Yeah, I love going in nature, like walking in a nature trail and seeing the waterfalls or seeing just beautiful trees and the fresh air. It really brings something into you that it's just, I don't know, it just brings you to life.
That's a great combo. Like you're reading in a nature and meditating in a nature. That's really great combo. It brings you peace inside of you and like away from annoying people, I guess.
Tuata says red pill is not a philosophy. Okay, great stuff. My Filipino girlfriend and I have decided that we will wait no more. We're getting married online, honeymoon in Bangkok. Then I can come into the Philippines as a balikbayan traveling with a spouse. A risk, of course, but it's my risk. True. But when you say you get married online, God, I hope you've actually met her physically and spend some time with her, man. Otherwise, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Travel Mike, thank you for the super chat. I'm heading to Nicaragua soon. I'm tired of sitting in the house. I will visit Philippines when it's open, but for now, senoritas, here I come. What about Thailand, man? Have you considered Thailand? I would for sure consider Thailand. I mean, I want to visit Thailand.
Damn.
I'd rather have no social security and not be taxed for it. Socialism is one huge reason we want to leave. Yeah, I mean, I think about it. If all that money I made had been put in 401k, I think I'd probably be better off than Social Security. So, yeah, I see your point on that one. I don't know if I agree, but I see your point. The problem with that is that a lot of people think about now and not the future. They want a bigger house, a bigger car. So if the money is not directly withdrawn for them in the future, now they get old and they have nowhere to live and everybody feels sad for them. And then they're going to get money. We're going to get taxed higher anyway to support those people. So the age of consent in the Philippines is 12. No, it's not. It's 18. So it's legally possible to marry at 13. No, it's not. That's actually changed, right? The laws changed on that, if I remember correctly. It used to be like that, not anymore. Thanks God those laws changed, though. You know the dating app Plenty of Fish? Yeah, that's an old dating app from a long time ago. They renamed it Plenty of Whales in the sea. Yeah. We should really start a dating website in the US just for fun, you know? I call it Plenty of Whales. My tax pay for welfare and social security of people who never worked. Yeah, that is partly true, but you know, people are going to misuse any system, right? That's a problem. I'm 51, but it's okay with me if 20 years old age gap exists. It's whatever is okay with you, it's fine. I mean, I don't really care anymore what other people say. Okay, guys, 5 more minutes and I'm out of here. Hey, guys, good to see you both on the vlog together. I enjoy both of your channels. Keep up the good work from Walt Disney, Florida, Orlando. Okay, I'm going to go real quick through here. Oh, I did that already.
Yeah.
Tuatha says, vaccine has almost zero effect on transmission, so it's a big problem when visiting from a vaccinated or unvaccinated country. Okay? But at least you don't get sick and go to the hospital. No. Snufflings is I'm 59, she's 24, am I dirty old man? In my opinion, no. I so agree. I don't even look at Western women again unless she was rich. Yeah, even if she was rich, I wouldn't even look at her. Dirty old man is not an option. Age is a mindset. Yeah. Okay. Kevin says, guys, the reason Paul has a sniffle is he is allergic to marriage. Education is only as good as those teaching it. It's not useful in life for success. It's a total waste of time. Well, I both agree and disagree with that comment. It depends on the type of education. Like if you go for engineering or doctor or that type of education where you actually learn a trade and not this BS type of thing about feminism and all the types of stuff they teach in university now, then it's a good because you're learning a trade in a way. But yeah, I see a lot of courses online now that are just like, why would anybody even bother with this? You know, what's the point of it? If you don't want to go with the flow, you can always get drunk and yell. You'll think that will help. Some expats do. Yeah, and it's very embarrassing to see too. A good school system improves property values. Yes, it does, but you pay for it. Nordic countries are not truly socialistic. Exactly, that's what I was getting. It's kind of like a combi system. I'm in favor of both age gaps and tight gaps. That's got to be the comment of the day. That is the comment of the day. Nordic countries are capitalistic with very high taxes. True. Okay, guys, it's 10 past 9, so I've been going for about 2 hours here. Okay. So thank you everybody for joining. I'm just saying if there's any last comments I should read. Really great live cast, 250 people on, and thank you for all the super chat. Everything helps, and thank you for watching my videos. And don't forget to hit the like button. That really also helps. And if you guys share my videos, that'd be wonderful. So again, thank you for joining, and thank you for all the questions and all the funnies. Those are great. And Mia always looks hungry. From Larry P, the last comment there. She loves her food. So again, thank you, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.